PrinnyCast is filmed live before a pre-recorded audience.
Oh, hey! Welcome to the PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and all the various gaming-related stuff over the last week. And, I guess I'm Chris, and, this is Mike.
You guess you're Chris? Are you a pod pretty?
I'm a pod... Oh, no, I don't think my brain's been taken over. Lately. And man, I guess Grover's in the bathroom or something. Maybe he'll...
He's taking a prinny poop.
Ugh, I need to know that. Oh, and of course, Edna's over there chatting with text messages. She should really get actually involved more. I mean, busy people are busy people, but sometimes I feel like I'm just not being appreciated, you know?
She can be a lazy boss.
I guess. Oh, but bring on those bundles. Groupies has AJ's bundle. It's a game collection chosen by a community member for cheap prices. Indie Royale brings us Royale with Cheese, which is 5 games plus a mystery title or so, for a surprising high, but still a great surprising high. That sounds like something else. Don't suck on it.
I did not inhale.
It's still a great deal despite how high it is. There we go. Still sounds bad.
God.
Bundle Stars brings you 10 games for $4, which is loaded, and... We're just all over the drug references
talking about
today.
high and being loaded? Jeez.
That was with me today.
Attention feds, attention feds.
But it's called the Intense Bundle, so maybe there's a point to that. And lastly is the Buddies at Humble Bundle, whose weekly bundle is Night Dive Studios, featuring different price sets for games in the Wizardry series, as well as classics like Seventh Guest and System Shock 2. And as one last little note, Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year Edition is being given away completely free on Origin for unlimited time, just like their Dead Space a while back. So if you don't already have it, go get it. You will not be disappointed, especially for a price point like that. Maybe even worth the few of you who've been putting off dealing with Origin. This may be the game to bring you back, if only a little. I don't know. Origin may be one of those companies like Uplay that disappears in the next year or two, so you don't know.
Uplay's still around.
I thought they went under.
No, I play Trials Fusion on Uplay.
Oh. So, yeah, I guess while we're waiting on Grover, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I'm going to read you exactly what I have written down here, and it's not much.
Uh-oh.
So, word for word, I have obligatory WoW. Dabbled in Evil Genius. Played Botanicula from start to finish. Is it Botanicula or Botanicula? I think it's Botanicula.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's like a play on botany or something.
Yeah.
And learning PHP. I realize learning PHP isn't a game, but it kind of is for me, so.
It's like the grand puzzle game that actually enriches your life because it teaches you something that you can use.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's all I have. I feel like I haven't done that much gaming this week. I don't know why. I know I did some organizing with like my comic books and stuff. Maybe it just took up a little bit more time. Yeah, it is. So what are you playing?
Well, because of those console games I got last week, I did some more honest-to-goodness console gaming for the first time in a long time with some Ultimate Marvel 3 and some Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. Not a terrible lot, but probably at least about an hour a day for first part of the week. Things got too busy, so I didn't get too much more gaming in besides that, but I did get in my usual time and congregate with the speckling, what kind of speckling of Steam titles that I've been playing on and off, like Strike Suit Zero, Gunmetal, Bejeweled 3, and Alpha Prime. I bought a few of those bundles we mentioned earlier too, so I keep tempting my poor game collector brain with all those cheap prices. I can't get away from it.
You know, you mentioned the bundles, and I just realized that I did buy and play a little bit of one. I bought Batman Arkham Origins. I only played it for an hour because my computer does not run it very well. It's getting too old. So I did not play that very long, and I decided that I will not play it until I upgrade my computer. So I've got it, I just not playing it.
Is this one of those things, well, if I can't play it on the medium to high settings, it's not worth playing sort of things? Or is it that you've got it set all the way down and it's still not running quite right?
I haven't tried lowering the settings, but I don't really want to. I mean, I may go back and try. I haven't uninstalled it or anything, so I thought about trying to do that. I don't really want to. I don't like playing games in a lower setting than what they come in, because then I feel like I'm missing out on something.
Mm-hmm. And in a lot of games, the details are important, and I think that might be one of them.
And that's what I'm worried about, like, that I might be missing out on some trick I can do, or something that I would spot with these effects that I wouldn't otherwise.
I doubt it's too game-breaking, though.
I don't think it would be, but I'm almost 100% positive that without any research or anything I can say, it's not game-breaking at all.
And speaking of breaks, we'll be back after this commercial break.
One place to go for all your spatula needs. Spatula City. Spatula City. Spatula City. 7 locations. We're in the yellow pages under spatulas.
My foot up against the side of the computer, and my foot turns into one of those commercials for that makes the guy's foot fling up.
Foot.
Yeah. Anyway. It is. It's Speaking of, I threw us at the open auditions over there at thatguywiththeglasses.com. We've been on the indie part of the site where anybody's allowed to share stuff for a long while now. I try to post pretty much everything that we do over there. And that's the place that I've mentioned in the past where some of these are getting like 40, 60 views, but they're not showing up on the actual YouTube video count as that. So I wasn't sure if they were just clicking on okay, here's the thing that opens up the description and here's the video, but nobody actually clicks on the video to watch the thing, or if it's a glitch between their site and our site. Anyway, I've talked about all that before, but chances are we will not get picked for any reason. I don't think we're quite what they're looking for, and, our ties to Nippon Ichi with the sprites and everything, that probably just makes matters worse with copyright infringement and all that. Though I see plenty of other people doing that, so I have a hard time feeling that would be too much of an issue, but still.
Well, especially considering that their marketing guy gave us his blessing.
This is true. They said they couldn't promote us, but they liked our work.
Yeah.
Also, the final official trailer for the long-anticipated fan film Street Fighter Assassin's Fist came out today. So we'll see some of it on the screens back there, but you get to see the whole thing. It's like past tense, present tense, having a future battle. You get to see the whole film come May 23rd on Machinima on their channel on YouTube, so check out the hard work of some very talented and dedicated folks who actually shame most typical video game movie translations, and using as much as the real lore and fighting styles found in Street Fighter as well. So they're not trying to make up any more than they absolutely have to, which is even more awesome. And as a fighting game fanatic, I would love this to be such a huge success. They continue to do more of these because that's exactly what they intended. They would love to do the entire Street Fighter everything, but yeah, so that's cool stuff. I was hoping to stretch things out with Grover a little bit, but
Grover's MIA. I think he fell in.
I'm not going to have to get a plug for him, because, I shouldn't be admitting this in front of other people, but plungers and toilets and prinnies are an explosive combination that you do not want anywhere near the family bathroom.
Especially if you intend to use it in the future.
Yes.
Especially if it's in the near future.
It's like China in a bowl shop. It does not work.
You mean a bowl in a China shop?
That too. Come in. False alarm. I thought that was a door.
Where? I do want to mention before we close out, Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew. For those of you that don't know, I drink it every day, multiple cans. I'm being told that I shouldn't drink as much as I do, but I do it anyway.
This video failed to synchronize with the server due to an unexpected problem. Please refresh your browser with an icy cold Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew has released Baja Blast in can form. It's the Taco Bell flavor that you normally can only get at Taco Bell. So if you've never been to Taco Bell, or you don't like Taco Bell and you don't feel that Baja Blast is worth going to Taco Bell for, you can pick it up in a store now for a limited time. And I'm only saying this because I have 2 empty cans in front of me, and they were both delicious.
And like most of those, it didn't even have to have like a promotional of a video game character like Halo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me sad because I recently learned that Game Fuel was released again for Xbox One. When I was in Oklahoma, it never came out over there, so I never got to have any of it. But somebody somewhere got to drink Game Fuel, and I didn't, and I'm sad.
I guess Oklahoma's not a big Xbox One fan, I guess. Yeah.
I don't think anywhere in the United States is a particularly large Xbox One market right now.
Maybe it was just, promotional gone wrong, and it didn't actually exist.
Showing it just a little bit trip to reality, Xbox One is very successful compared to somebody like us. But we're not doing this to make money, so we're not putting any significant amount of funding into our show at all. So I feel that we're still coming out ahead.
That was sadly part of the show that I did with Shadow Death yesterday that I had to cut. Was we'd been talking about the Wii U and its troubles, but he also asked me my opinions on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and I kind of followed what everybody else has been saying. They're gorgeous systems, they have a lot of promise, but right now, if you can name a game that makes them worth buying, I haven't heard it.
I haven't either. However, I can name several for Wii U.
I can at least name one.
So take that for what it's worth.
It's not out yet, so.
Oh, come on. You can only name one?
Smash Brothers.
What about Mario with 3D Land or World?
There's a lot of people that didn't like it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. I played it and I beat it really quickly.
That might have also been part of the problem too, but then again, so is Kirby.
Well,
those games get beat really quickly and people still love them, so it can't all be about how short it is.
Right.
Even though that is pretty much what brought down Metal Gear Solid 5 from the sounds of it.
For the cult following that a game like Wind Waker has, I'm surprised that Wind Waker HD didn't do as well as I thought it would. It still did okay.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a system seller. I don't understand it. This is what people ask for. Nintendo is giving people what they ask for, and they still can't make any systems sell. I just don't understand.
I think people got attached to the gimmick of the Wii remote, and once that kind of passed, the sales dropped even for the Wii before the Wii U even launched. So it was something where they were basing their, and I've seen this happen to a lot of different companies where major releases where they put numbers far, far ahead of where they had any right to be putting them because of some other success that they had. Call of Duty does this constantly, but Call of Duty somehow manages to actually keep up with that.
Well, I'm not going to say anything at all about Call of Duty because I have nothing to say. Mom always told me you can't say something nice, don't say something at all. But anyways.
A crackly microphone.
Oh, is it crackling real bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay. Well, I moved a little ways away from the computer. I'll read my collection here. I have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I have The Wonderful 101. I've got Mario 3D World. I mean, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games for the Wii U. And I have 1 game for the Xbox One.
Yeah, but you've only had it for like a week.
No, I've had it longer than that. I've had it for almost a month now.
But even then, you've had the Wii U for like a year or two.
I got it August of last year. I'm really sad that Transistor is not going to be on Xbox One because I was going to get it. I think that my computer would play it. My computer meets the minimum system requirements, but barely. Like, that's how old my computer is, for those of you that know the system requirements for Transistor. It's barely meeting those. So
it sounds like your next project is completing that, which you've been talking about on the show for a while, getting that together so you can do more stuff.
And it'll be a lot easier to do here in the next... I anticipate I'll have it done within a couple months. So that's just the time I need to save up the money and make the parts purchase and put it all together. Make sure it runs okay before I do major stuff with it. I don't think the Wii U is a bad system. I think the marketing for it was bad, and I have said that every time it's been brought up. They did not market the system very well. I still think people don't understand what it is.
I've understood there's a lot of people that thought it was some sort of upgrade to the original Wii.
Yes, and they did. They thought all it was a Wii with a screen. Yeah. And that's not what it is. It's higher specs. It's not Xbox One or PlayStation 4 by any means, but it is stronger than the Wii.
Yeah, I've seen the games. They don't look awful. I mean, they're probably never going to be able to play any of the more realistic, more gritty stuff, but let's be honest, those are the games that usually do not have a long shelf life. Even if they are good, how many people go back who aren't like either Let's Players doing it for the archival purposes or speedruns or something like that? How many people go back to a lot of those older, more realistic kind of games? They just go on to the next big one that's a sequel or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, games
Mario? Like... People go back to the old Marios. Maybe not all of them, but...
It's the same with games like Mega Man, too, because it's the style. They don't try to be high-def, fancy graphics because it's not going to work.
There's a lot of people that had a lot of arguments against stuff like the cel-shading and games like Okami and Kingdom Hearts because they just didn't look quite right, or... I think they've aged gorgeously.
Those games have definitely withstood the test of time.
I do not understand.
Games like the original Half-Life, I can't even say that. That still looks okay, a little bit.
It doesn't look okay, but I do know what you mean.
It's passable. Yeah. I can't think of one right off the top of my head. I never was a big player of games that were like that. Where they're like, oh, there's such amazing graphics. I was never taken in by that. For me, it's never been about the graphics.
And you watch, Borderlands is going to probably have a longer shelf life than most of like Call of Duty or Halo will.
Oh yeah.
Because of the art style alone, it's not going to look as dated as time moves on. Of course, there's also some extra depth in there that helps because of all the RPG elements. But
that being said, sometimes your cartoonish look can get a little outdated. World of Warcraft, I'm speaking directly to you. However, they're taking steps. They know that they're getting dated and they're updating the models. So. But Pandaren, they had a lot more.
Whoa, you got crackly now.
Did I?
Yeah, now you sound good again.
Stupid cat jumped in my lap. Sitting here spinning around in a chair and the cat just...
Blame it on the meows.
Anyways, the Pandaren was the most advanced character as far as polygon count and texture resolution and stuff like that. And they're wanting to give that kind of love to the older characters in 6.0. So I think it'll be fine.
No hardcore Warcraft fan or anything like that, but I have not seen anything about the new character designs that would be, oh, I like the old ones better. I wish they would have kept them. They look... I haven't seen anybody argue.
And that's one of the things that they've said is the most important to them is to keep that kind of soul of those old characters in the game still. So that all that they're really doing is updating the appearance without changing the style. So it's tricky, but I think they're pulling it off.
Still one of the biggest games out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, over 1 million pre-orders for Warlords of Draenor so far.
Yeah, that's better than some games get in their entire life.
Yeah.
Actually, more than most games get in their entire life.
Yeah, so it's still a strong game for all of the people that are leaving it. I mean, it's still a strong game.
So, I guess.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I guess that closes our show for the evening. People watch us in the morning and in the afternoon. How do you say that? Just for the day? For the time being.
Skinnamarink-a-dinky-dink.
Perfect.
Skinnamarink-a-doo.
That ends our show for the Skitty-to-Rinky-Dink-Dink. Yeah, see, that flows right off the tongue. Follow us on Twitter at PrinnyCast, and you can tongue-tact us. You can tongue-tact us.
I am not able to accept tongue tacks right now. I have spoken for, so...
Yeah, sorry.
And I probably don't want any internet tongue tacks anyway.
You can contact us with emails. With emails at PrinnyCast@gmail.com. But hey, there he is. There's Grover.
Oh, yes.
We were starting to worry about you, too, but all is well.
Oh, you're recording.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude. I had me cleaning the bathroom. I fell down and hit my head. I thought of the plan for time travel, and I've been gone for months and months now, but it only seems like 30 minutes for you guys.
That explains so much. It's scary how much that explains, actually.
It really is.
And we will see you all next week.
Yes.
See you next week.